So in your prime, you're very fortunate. You found out that you're good in bodybuilding. You could make a career out of it. So therefore you focused on bodybuilding training.
Exactly.
Like you had to train according to that. But
I gave up other sports so I could just do bodybuilding.
Yeah, but even in that training, what was the most reps you ever did on a leg press?
2017.
What about in one set?
2017.
Okay, so
I could, because Joe was there and everyone was there. It was like, I bet you can't do 200. I did 200, but you can't do 300. It just kept going. I just got to the point where around the 500 mark, I couldn't even feel my feet. It's just like numb. But what I could do is like how I just showed you with the calves. They were burning that bad. I had to hold it there, but I could lift one leg off and just shake it and do that, but I couldn't re-rack it. So even if I just held it for a couple of seconds, it shook my legs. But then I got to 1,000, like 17. I said, fuck it, that's enough.
That's crazy.
But
I didn't know about
done,
that one.
but generally I've done like, I've done like 5 plates each side for 100 reps, or we used to do the 4 plates, 40 reps, add another plate, 5 plates, 50 reps, up to like 8 plates for 80 reps, and then start doing drop sets on the way down and stuff like that. You always do crazy stuff like that. I've done like 2 plates squatting when I used to do it, and do like 100 reps on that. Now that used to kill, because there your fucking lower back pumps up, your lungs start burning, everything becomes uncomfortable when you're squatting. So at least on a leg press you're sort of sitting down, but if you're squatting and you're doing high reps, it's like
So back to the 1,000 reps. I don't want to ask how much weight, because really the weight's not.
I think added up with the sled itself and the plates on, is like around 500. So it wasn't a huge amount. So, but I felt heavy the more you did. But then it got to the point where I said it was so funny, because from my feet to almost like here, because your legs are up there for so long, and once you get to a point where, if you got like a super heavy weight, it hurts and aches, you stop. If it's a medium weight, even if you had like a 5-pound dumbbell curl for biceps, you can keep going. Even though it's burning like crazy, you can still keep going because it's a light weight. I got like that where I could keep going, but yet it almost like from my feet to my quad went numb. So it was the weirdest feeling that I was pushing the weight, but yet I couldn't feel it. It was almost like you can't feel your feet on the plate. So, And that was just from a bit from 100, 200.
And which gym was that done at?
World Gym. John Kaler was the one that started. He used to run the Max Muscle. So Johnny, if you're watching this, you can prove it. And then other people started gathering around, and then Joe Gold come over in his wheelchair. He goes, "What are you doing, fat boy?" I was up to about 500 or so by then. So yeah.
There were witnesses?
You would have been, like I said, John Kaler was there, Eddie Giuliani, Joe Gold come over. I think just a couple of the other people that trained there were just looking over, watching. So when I got to 1,000, I said, well, I didn't want to stop at 1,000. I'll just go a little bit more. So it was like 17. I said, fuck it, that's it. And I think it took like almost it was about 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes to do it.